the first ride along in the big expedition. So right now I got it on. Let me see what tiers I'm gonna go online real quick. So the tiers I'm on right now are XL, Black, and all these other tiers. These are the tiers I'm on right now. Because I wanted to see. All right, this is what I'm on. I'm on Premier only. See, that's bullshit right there. I mean, that has a stop. 1565 with the stop in this big ass truck. Nah, I'm cool on that shit. We're not doing that. I know I should put it on Black right now. I just want to see what they offer. I've never seen XL offers and shit like that. So I'm kind of, that wasn't even $1 a mile. That's shit I get in the Beamer. So I'm not gonna use this for Beamer rides. Nah, I'm cool on that. And they got the nerve to call that XL. It's like, yeah, right. They got probably 4 or 5 people and they're gonna give me 15 bucks, less than $1 a mile. Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. We're gonna see if they send me. Now, the fact that I'm not on Black, I guarantee they won't send me a Black. They'll see that it's a Black SUV, but they're gonna want to make a profit off my ass. So they're gonna say, wait a minute, somebody requested a Black SUV. This guy has his on all those second options. Let's give his ass like XL and we can just keep the profit. Okay, let's do that. See, shit like that. Not even $1 a mile. XL, not even $1 a mile. I get paid that in the BMW to go to Scottsdale. Now, I take $15, $20 to go. I'm not taking $9 to go to Scottsdale. That's like, nah. In an XL. So this is what we're going to do. Since we already got 2 XLs, let's go in. Let's change this shit real quick to Black only. Let's see something. Because I want to make sure. Let's do Black only. And let's see what kind of rides I get on Black only. Now, I don't have a car mount or nothing like that yet. So I got to figure some shit out. As far as car mounts go and all that, I'm going to see what everybody's got in their expeditions for car mounts. Because I don't know where to even sit this phone at. I didn't think that far into it. I'm going to sit it right here real quick. Let's see something. But yeah, the dealership did me a favor and filled it up. I've been driving it for a couple of days now. So let me show you where it's at. Hold up for a second. I'll show you where it's at right now. So, all right, that's where I am as far as fuel goes. 412 miles, almost a full tank, in between 3/4 and a half. So that's pretty good, pretty good. And I got what, 84,000. There we go, a little bit newer than the Beamer. The Beamer's a 2019 as well, but the Beamer has, you know, 113,000 on it now. So yeah, I'll be doing some serious driving. So I got it on Black only. Let's see what they give me. I'm gonna start driving right now. I'm gonna head over by ASU. It's only what, 4:22? No, what time? Yeah, 6:22. 6:22. All right, perfect. Oh man, I don't know how to. Let me scoot my seat up some. This seat is way back. All right, lock. All right, cool. Memory saved. All right, bet. I want my seat up a little bit. All right, let's cruise, y'all. Let's go see if we can make this money tonight. I don't got my top back or nothing like that. Let's scoot the top back a little bit. My first night using it. It's first Friday, downtown Phoenix. Man, the back of this thing is so bouncy. This is crazy. Feels like I'm driving like a bus. This thing is kind of dusty too. I should probably wipe it down. I'm not gonna wipe it down yet. I'm gonna wait until I get a couple of rides. It's just a little dusty, but it's black. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to that orange car where it don't really show dust that well, but I'm gonna wipe this thing down a couple of times tonight. I got my new spray and stuff in the back. Let's see if they send, how long it takes for them to send me a black ride. So y'all gonna ride with me for a minute, and y'all gonna see exactly how long it takes to get a black ride on Lyft. I don't have it on Uber yet. I don't think I have it. Yeah, I think I do. No, I don't have it on Uber yet. Because I was going to do Uber for XL just so I can kind of convert rides over to Hum. But the thing is, I don't have Hum yet. Because I put a request out for Hum to upgrade, to put this SUV on there. They haven't gotten back to me yet. So this will probably be a weekend where I won't be able to do Hum. But I mean, if I pick no, I can't do it. Even if I pick somebody up, because I don't have this thing on Hum. It's not insured. So I'll be doing cash rides, straight cash, no, you know, Hum rides or nothing like that. So you guys are going to be able to see that. You'll see how I convert rides, just how I did it old school. They be like, sheesh. You're like, Jeff, you gonna convert that and put that on hum? Like, I don't have hum right now. This is all straight me. All right, let's see if I can get up here. Man, I'm gonna listen to some music for a while. I'll hit y'all back in a second. I'm gonna listen to some music in this thing. I kind of like how this stereo sound. So if I get a ride, I'll ping y'all and let y'all know exactly how this ride went. As I turned it off, a ride came. It's 6:25 right now. So as soon as I turned it off, a black ride came in. This is $30 to go to Scottsdale. 30 bucks. I do these for 15. So let's see how this works out. And I'm picking them up right around the corner from my house. This is all right. So 30 bucks, basically like 11 miles. This is crazy right here. I kind of like it already. I like it already. I'm driving this thing like I'm in the Beamer though. I need to remember that I'm in the big truck. Let's see what I do. Because I'm like, people probably looking at me like, damn, he driving the shit out of that. Yup. So let's see what I'm going to do. Like I said, I got, what, $30. This is about 11 miles. Man, already right off the bat. I could do 10 of these tonight, and that's my 300. Usually I have to do 20 Scottsdale rides to make 300. I'm going to do 10 to do 300. I like this. With the turbo amount, kind of makes it seem like a little bit more than what it really was, but it's just me getting my money back. Basically drove 24 minutes, 10.7 miles total. $29, almost 30 bucks for that. This is a little different, and that's black. It's not black SUV, that's just straight black. So I'm almost at $3 a mile, close to $3 a mile just fresh off the bat, but more than $1 a minute. You can see the dude paid like $52 for that. And what Lyft take? Lyft took about $23 almost out of that 52. Stuck me with 29 bucks. This is what I'm talking about when they overcharging these people, and this is just a black ride. So they charging him to go 10 miles, maybe 9, because actually he went 9.9, so like 10 miles. They're charging him $5 a mile. $5.20 a mile is what they charging him. And they end up giving me a little less than $3 a mile. I don't know. So if they're charging over $5 a mile, how are we going to get $4 or $5 a mile without making them go broke? We got to figure a way out how to get $3, $4 a mile. And if Lyft want to charge a little more, we got to go straight for the rider. Because I'm not going to be sitting here doing no $1 mile rides, $2 mile rides just so they can charge $5 and get more than us. This dude, he paid $52 for that ride, 52, and I got 29 out of that. Man, that's just robbery. Did my second ride, and that one was 20 bucks, and it was for like a mile. 2 miles, 2.62, 20 bucks, almost $10 a mile. How much? And she paid almost $30 to go 2 damn miles. The fact that it's a black SUV, this is about as close as you're going to get to 70% breakdown. If she paid about $30 and I got 20, that's almost $21, which is 70%. So black SUV is coming closer to that 70% mark, where when I was doing like basic Lyft and I was using Surge and doing short trips, I was running 140%. I was running 110%. So using those Lyft trips is different from black SUV. See, black SUV makes you want to take the trip because you're getting $10 a mile. Whereas when you're doing something like on the Lyft platform, they're not paying you that high of a mile. So you got to use all of this surge, and the rider's not paying a lot. The riders are paying like $6 for the trip, but we're getting $10 for the trip because we're adding surge to it. So smart drivers are killing Lyft when they're doing basic Lyft and everything. But when you start doing black SUV and black, you're taking these trips. And whatever the rider is paying, Lyft is making bank on their backs. Because I wouldn't have turned this ride down. There's no way I would have turned this ride down. Even if the rider would have been paying, let's say, $45, I wouldn't know until after the ride. Because for $20.50 to go like 2.6 miles pretty much, I'm taking that all day, every day. And that's why I need to talk to these drivers that do black, because maybe that wasn't a good trip. Maybe I should have got, instead of, almost $7 a mile or $10 a mile, I should have been getting like, almost $15, $25 for this whole trip. But I'm learning that as I go along, and that's why I need to talk to black drivers. I'm taking a break. I've done 3 rides so far, got 2 tips. This is my last ride I did. It was just a regular black, not a black SUV. It was 4 miles, $18, and they paid 20 and I got 18 out of it. I was right there. As soon as they hit me, I went around the corner, picked them up, dropped them off at a bar. So that was 11 minutes right there. So 11 minutes, $4, 4 miles, 18 bucks. So I drove for 11 minutes. Let's go into this one. 13 minutes. So I'm at 24 minutes right now. So 24 minutes. Then the very first one, 24 minutes. So 48 and 48 minutes. 48 minutes, I've made $84 in 48 minutes of driving. $84. That's crazy. That's crazy. $84 in 48 minutes of driving. This is about to get real stupid real fast. And the two dudes I just picked up, like the first guy I picked up, he was an attorney by himself. Huge car, one guy. And he paid the most out of everybody. He was that one down there, and he gave me a $10 tip, one guy. The SUV, those people, they were, a party of six. 6 people got in my car and nobody had to sit in the front seat. That's how big this thing is. 6 people got in the back. Nobody had to sit in the front. Usually, if 3 people sit in the back, somebody's got to sit in my front seat. This is nuts. $26 for that. It was 2-mile drive, almost 3 miles, 26 bucks. Almost $8 a mile. That's crazy, $8 a mile. And these 2 guys here, they were just 2 guys right there. And like I said, they just got a black SUV. 4 miles, $18. So they may tip, may not, no telling. But like I said, $84 in 48 minutes of driving. So I finally got a hit on Uber XL. So I got this hit, and it was like a mile away from me for a 6-mile ride. So it was 7 miles total for $13.63 on Uber XL, I mean. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go pick this lady up real quick. So as I pull around the corner, it's a house full of girls, bachelorette party. So I'm thinking, okay, this is 7 miles total, $13.63. 6 girls are walking to my car. I don't care. I can take it. So as they're coming to my car, I say, hey, I'm going to cancel this ride, but don't worry about it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this for $25. And I'm like, I don't know what Uber charge you. I say, but they're trying to give me $13 for a XL Black ride. I say, and they should be paying me at least $25 minimum. And the girl was like, oh, that's fine. And one girl was like, wait a minute. So what are we doing? I said, well, I'm going to cancel your Uber ride because it's only paying me $13 for this nice big truck. It's only paying me $13 to take 6 people when it should be paying me $25 to take 6 people. She was like, oh, okay, so you're still taking us? I'm like, yeah, I'm still taking y'all. Okay, perfect. So I gave her my card. And she was like, well, what if we need a ride later? Can we just text you later? I'm like, yeah, just text me later. Call me later if y'all need a ride, especially if it's surging. Just hit me up. And I said, I won't charge y'all surge price or nothing like that. She was like, okay, fine, that'll work. So I charged them $25. 6 girls. It was 6 miles from where they were. So it took me a mile to get from the bank to where I was sitting at the bank chilling. So it took me a mile to get to them. 7 miles total for $25. So almost $3.50 a mile, just about somewhere in that area, about $3.50 a mile. I wasn't doing that shit for less than $2 a mile. It was 7 miles total, and they were paying me $13.63. I don't know what them girls paid, but 25 seemed to make them real happy. Because when I said 25, she's like, oh, great, okay, that's fine. So they must have been, Uber ain't stupid. Uber knows that this is an Expedition Max. They know that shit. That's why I told people I will not drive this on Uber. I only put it on Uber so I could go get clients. That's why I'm not driving this shit on Uber. They can kiss my ass. Because they only got me as a Uber XL. Uber XL, Expedition Max, black on black. And they trying to pay me $13.63 to go 7 miles. Fuck them. That's why I moved that shit over and said $25. That girl was like, oh, perfect. I guarantee Uber charged their ass exactly what they would charge for Uber Black XL. I guarantee they charge Uber Black SUV. I'm thinking these girls probably, especially 6 of them, they paid at least $35, $40 for this ride. I guarantee to go 6 miles, they paid $35, $40. Now I was like, yeah, I'm taking that. Thank you. Just did an Uber XL ride. I didn't convert it because I wanted to see something. Like I said, because I don't know what the first people paid. So what I wanted to do is do this Uber XL, and I'm going to go through. Like I said, it was only for a total of about maybe 4 miles. Let me see this real quick. I'm going to see something. So, yeah, because I took them 3.5 and I was a half mile away. So about 4 miles, $9.50. So roughly $2 a mile. Roughly $2 a mile. Let's go through and see what they paid for this trip. Because like I said, and it was 6 girls. 6 girls I got paid $9.50 to go 3.5 miles. So we're going to go through here and see exactly how much they paid for this trip. Because if I got $9.50 for a truck this big, like normally I shouldn't even take anything under $15, $20. But I had to see what exactly these people were paying for these trips. Because like I said, I don't do Uber XL. I want to see. Okay, let's go down here to more details. $19. So they paid $20 for this ride. They paid $20 for this ride, and I got $9.50 out of it. They paid $20. So okay. So they're getting charged roughly about $6 a mile. So they're getting about $6 a mile is what they're getting charged for Uber X prices, Uber XL prices. All right, bet. Like I said, because I don't know how to drive this tier, so I'm going through figuring, and y'all know how we can find out what the customer paid. I showed y'all in my last video. I learned from Bighorn Kev how you can go through and find it out. So they paid $19.76 to go 3.5 miles, roughly $6 a mile. Yeah, we about to get this money. We're about to get this damn money. Because they basically gave me $2 a mile when they charged $6 a mile. Because like I said, I got $9.95 out of it. Or I got $9.50. I got $9.50 out of it. Yeah, they ain't even charge. Yeah, they charging a little less, probably $2.75 a mile. $2.50 a mile to $2.75 a mile is what they're paying me, but they're charging about $6. So, yeah. Next time I get an Uber XL trip, I know they paid $6 a mile. I'm going to do it for $4 a mile. That's going to be my go-to right there. $4 a mile for this big-ass nice truck, especially when I got 6 people. 6 people should not be riding for $9.50. I just had to find out. I had to do it to find out, and now I know better. That ride should have paid me at least minimum $15. Nah, I say with that 20, I'd say 20. I should have got paid $20 for that ride. Fuck 15. I should have got paid 20. Here's the trip right here I did for $6.56 on Excel. Now, I was right down the street from him, picked him up, and I told him exactly what was going on. There you go. 26, he said, I just tipped you 20. I went not even a whole, I was right down the street from him, cruised around, picked him up real quick. Bam. Send thanks for, he said, man, I just tipped you 20, dog. That's what it, right there, $20 tip. I ain't even go a whole mile, 26.56. I was like right there, maybe 1.2 miles. As soon as I came around the corner, let's see what they actually charged him for this trip. Because I told him, I was like, man, and it was 4 guys. So it was 4 guys, and I was like, these apps is tripping. I'm like, dude, they paying me $6 for this trip. He was like, what? I said, yeah, man, they giving me $6 for this trip. He was like, oh, man, thank you for coming picking us up. We going to take care of you, man, for sure. We ain't going to let them do you like that, man. I said, all right, bet. I don't know how much they paid for the trip, but I'm finna find out. So they paid $12.75, and they were paying me $6.56 for it. So they were giving me less than half the money for that trip. $6.56, and they charged them $12.75. Dude went ahead and threw a 20 spot on that real quick to make it 26. Because like I said, I was pissed. I said, dude, I cannot believe they gave me $6 for this trip. He was like, man, we thank you just for coming and picking us up, man. We just trying to get around the corner, man. They was leaving dinner. I was like, all right, I got you, man. Uh-oh, where is this? Yeah, I ain't doing that trip. That was 0.1 going all the way down south. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. But yeah, and like I said, so that trip, $26 right there, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Man, $26, not even a mile. You got to speak up for your money, man. And I told these guys, I was like, listen, they're playing games with us tonight, man. They're giving us $6 trips, $9 trips in this big ass nice truck like this. And he was like, oh man, hey, thanks for coming and picking us up, bro. We definitely gonna take care of you, man. Definitely. As soon as he says, hey man, I just threw you a 20 spot. I said, all right. So I'm still sitting in the parking lot where I dropped them off. I was like, all right, I'm gonna look at it real quick. So I just pulled over real quick, came through. Because I would have been pissed if it didn't come through. I would have been like, what the fuck you mean, man? Motherfuckers ain't give me my 20 spot. Yep, there he goes. Like I said, I'm trying to help people out, man, and take care of people. These ragged ass apps, like they just threw me that $19 trip going 10 miles. You already know they're charging at least, anywhere between $3 and $6 because that was a 1 mile trip. So for a 1 mile trip, they charged those people $12. It was a 1 mile, 0.9. So 0.9, it charged them $12 for 0.9, and they were giving me $6, $6.56 out of that. So that right there tells you what they're trying to pay, what they're trying to charge people right now. $12, $13 to go 1 mile in this big ass truck, but they're gonna turn around and give me 6. They should have gave me at least 15 out of that. Say, man, we'll give you 15. Pick these 4 guys up, 15 bucks. Everything on Excel should start at 15. It shouldn't be no $6.56 for this big ass truck. That's why I hollered at them cats, man. And I'm glad they took care of me on the back end, threw me that 20 spot. Because like I said, I'm not playing that shit, man. Even in the Beamer, I used to say that. They used to steal my tips in the Beamer. I'd be like, listen, man, this and that. Look at this. $5.98. $5.98 for comfort. Man, I'm not doing that shit. Hell no. Like I said, I'm done fucking with Uber tonight. Like, I'm glad I got that money right there, but Uber got to realize, man, can't be sitting up here giving people $6, $9. Like the girls before this still ain't tipped me yet. The $9.50, they still ain't tipped me yet. And I told them that I was getting screwed out of the deal. And they still ain't tipped me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm glad these guys stood up for it. It was 6 girls. 6 girls for $9.50. These 4 dudes was paying $6.56 and he threw a 20 spot on it. When you got a group of 6 girls, I'm telling you right now, you might want to just pass their ass up. Because they ain't fucking tipping. They should have been like, man, that's fucked up. Let me hear him throw you at least $5, $10. Ain't throw me shit. 6 girls. And they was nurses on top of that. Ain't that fucked up? Now, the other nurses I picked up, I just charged them $25 right off the bat. So if I could do this shit all night, you know what I'm saying? Give people 25, look, 2 trips, 36 bucks. One was 25, one was 9. Man, I gotta start getting money on this shit. Because this shit's killing me right now. Let me see something. Damn, I still got Lyft. I didn't even know Lyft was running. Lyft ain't sending me shit. But like I said, man, you got to speak up for your money. If you ain't speaking up for your money, these apps will do you dirty. They will definitely do you dirty. And I got the volume on low, so I can't really hear, you know, the Uber shit. Let me turn this up some. But yeah, they gonna start throwing me some comfort rides and crazy shit for dirt cheap. Because like I said, they charging people $13, $12, 13 bucks, giving me 6. I'm like, in this big ass truck, I'm driving around for $6, even for a mile, $6. I'm like, man, just for me to show up, you should be paying me $10 in this damn truck. Just for me to show up and pull up. 4 motherfuckers climbing in. Man, you should, these apps are something else. But I wanted to do Excel tonight on Uber to show people exactly what would happen. And this is what you're seeing happening right now. They're like them girls for $9.50. They charged them $20. They gave me less than 10 to take them almost 4 miles. Because for me, it was like a 4-mile trip total. But for them, it was 3.5. But still, the fact that they didn't even give me $10 in this big ass truck. I didn't even get $10. You should get $10 just for showing up in this motherfucker, period. $10 just for showing up. You don't drive up in a big ass truck like this for no $3, $4, $5, $6. No, hell no. And that's what they're trying to pull. So I speak up on mine. I already got 25 off of one canceled Uber, 26 off of that one makes it 50, 9 off the other one. So I'm at like $60 right now on Uber. I'm on $60. I got the $9.50, the 26 plus the 25. So I'm at like $60 right now on Uber. $60 because I got 25 on that one, 61. So I got $61 on 3 trips on Uber. So $61, 3 trips on Uber. On Lyft, I got $88 on 3 trips. So like I said, you got to speak up on your money. So I'm already about $140-something, almost $150 on 6 trips. Almost $150 on 6 trips, driving this big ass truck. And ain't even putting no miles on this motherfucker. Like I said, I'm going 3 miles. My biggest trip tonight was 10 miles, and the dude tipped me to $10, and that was what, $39? My biggest trip was this. It was this one right here was my biggest trip. $39 for 10 miles. Every other thing's been 3.5 miles, 1 mile, 6 miles. Everything's been short. I'm still doing the same strategy I always did. I'm not changing my strategy because the money's not there in long trips. And everything I'm about, like I was only like 0.79 of a miles away from him, and I took him 9.93 miles. My strategy don't change. My strategy is gonna be the same. I already cashed out already. So if they're not paying me, this truck don't, like I said, right where I dropped them dudes off, they're about 100 yards behind me. Not even 100 yards, maybe like 30 yards, about 100 feet. Because I dropped their ass off and I pulled this truck right here and I parked this motherfucker. I'm not moving till this thing pings. If it don't ping, I'll cruise over here to Circle K or something, grab me some Crusty Dusties. That shit's coming back on deck. The Crusty Dusties on deck. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, with this big black truck, I can do damage. Like I said, I've done 6 trips, made almost 150 bucks in 6 trips. Usually when I'm driving a Beamer in 6 trips, I'm averaging about $9 to $10 on 6 trips, especially short trips like this. I'm only averaging 9, 10 bucks. 6 of those trips, I'd probably be about, especially with the 10-mile trip tonight, I wouldn't have got all that money. With that 10-mile trip, I would have probably made about $11 to $15 with the tip and everything total. Probably close to about 17 with his $10 tip, because they would have gave me $7 for the 10 miles. Then his 10 would have made it 17. So I would have probably been sitting at about probably 70, 80 bucks right now. 70, 80 bucks. So I'm almost doubling my money just by driving this thing. Double the money. Way less the miles. So I just got to keep using the same strategy, not letting them send me $5.80 comfort rides and shit like that in a big-ass truck like this. They ain't stupid. They know what they doing. They know what they doing. They know exactly what an Expedition Max looks like. These motherfuckers know I got 7 passengers in this month, and they sending me comfort shit. Dirt cheap. They're like, oh, shit, wait a minute. So we got a dude who's not a black SUV on Uber. He's just a regular SUV on Uber. Ooh, we can get him. We can get this. And it's an Expedition Max. Oh, we got him. No, motherfucker. Wrong one. I speak up for mine. Okay, I'm about to go over my cash rides and my tips right now. It's only, 11:49, about midnight. So my tips so far, I got 3 out of 3 in the Expedition, doing 3 out of 3. 414 plus 591 makes that about 10 bucks. So 10 plus this other 10, about $20.50. So I got about $20.50 on this. Then I got the $25 cash ride. So let's say I'm at $45 between the two so far. So I'm at $45. I don't know, disabled battery optimization, whatever. And then over here, I got the $20 tip over here. So that's $20 tip. So I got the $20 tip, $25 cash ride, then 20 in tips over there. So right now I'm at about, $65. Sounds about $65 in actual cash tips. Not bad, not bad. And that's $65, that's only out of 6 rides. So I'm averaging about $10 a ride in tips right now. Because like I said, I did 3 on Uber, because one of them was that $25 cash ride. So I did 3 on Uber, and I've done what? Look at that shit. Crazy. Comfort. $12.67 for damn near 12 miles, about 11 miles. Yeah, right. It's like $1 a mile. Ain't nobody trying to do that. Tell you what, I'm going to turn Uber off real quick. Let's get rid of them real quick, just so I don't got to deal with them. But yeah. Damn it. Hold up. So yeah, so there you go. And like I said, at 10:45, it was a 591. That's about 1650. So 1650 plus that, yeah, probably about 2050. So 2050 and 20 makes the 40. And then with the 25 cash, 45. So 65. So $65. Not bad, not bad. Only been online for like 4 hours, kind of scouting out here and everything like that. But I've been scouting, like, even when I was riding. I leave this running the whole time now. So it's like, even when I'm on Uber doing cash rides and everything else, I don't even touch this. I just let it run the whole time, because I'm not going to be getting many black rides. I don't put it on Premier. I don't put it on Comfort. I'm doing straight black. That's it. And on Uber, like I said, Uber, I'm doing all my cash conversions and everything over on that side. So, because I don't care if I get just deactivated on Uber. I really don't care. If they deactivate me on Uber, it's totally fine. Because, you know, I probably deserve it over there, because I'm eating their ass alive. I'm not going to sit there and let them play me the fuck out. But that's one thing that's not happening. So if they deactivate me, all these people online, you going to get deactivated. Don't you think I kind of know that? And does it look like I give a shit? I mean, honestly, if I gave a shit, I wouldn't be doing what I do. Let them do me. And we'll see what happens after that. I'm down in Tempe right now. I just picked up a $40 ride to downtown Phoenix. That's right. I usually do $15 rides from Tempe to downtown Phoenix. This is a $40 black SUV. I'm liking this already. These are $15 rides I'm getting for 40 bucks. I'm gonna go pick them. I was sitting at Jack in the Box, so I circled around, about to go pick him up right now. Crazy thing. So I just did a ride. I was downtown Phoenix, and I did this quick ride right here. Bam. Check this out. This was a $28 black, 10 miles. So almost $3 a mile. But he paid $48 for it. But this is the best part. That was one of my clients. He was like, dude, when I saw it, he was like, wait a minute, that's Jeff, but that's not his car. So I pulled up, he was like, dude, where's the Beamer? And I was like, Connor, what's up, dog? I picked him and his buddies up from Mill so many times. He was like, dude, he says, man, is your number still 702? I was like, yeah, still. He says, man, I gotta call you, bro. So I totally was like, dude, he says, where's the Beamer? I was, all the Beamer's at the house, man. This is what I got now. $48 for that ride, 48 bucks. I got 28. Ain't that crazy? But like I said, that was one of my clients. I could have canceled on him and told him just pay me straight up cash, but he gonna pay me. He's like, dude, we're calling you tomorrow because we got to go downtown tomorrow for some stuff. So he's gonna hit me up tomorrow. We're gonna go downtown. That's funny. One of my clients right there. But that's how Lyft is, man. Charge these people $50. $50 for what? A black. And I'm a black SUV. So you know what they did? They charged him black SUV prices, but they paid me like it was a black. Ain't that some shit right there? That's how they be doing us, man. Let me go over here real quick. I'm gonna go sit over here. Yeah, but they charged him like a black SUV price, but then they paid me like a black. So of course I'm gonna send Lyft a fucking message about that shit, because that was my client right there. And they played the shit out of him. Charge this man $50. I'm like, you raggedy bastards. Parked sitting here taking a break, and the route I just did when my client paid 48, he just tipped me 12.10. So I got 40 for that ride. 10.7 miles from downtown to Tempe, $40 for 10 miles. Remember that, $40 for 10 miles. Now the ride right before that one, it was the same type of ride. I did 10.3 miles for $40, but I went from Tempe there. So from Tempe to downtown, downtown to Tempe, I just did a round trip for $80. Normally I do that trip for $15 one way. $15 one way. I got $40 each way. Here's 40 of me going from Tempe, dropping off downtown Phoenix, 10.36. And then, like I said, and my client that I just picked up, I was downtown Phoenix and I came and dropped him off in Tempe. $80 round trip. And normally I do that $15 each way. I'm telling you, this little SUV is gonna fucking pay for itself. I'm like, I don't know, man. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. But I'm kind of upset that my client paid all that money, because he paid 48. Then he actually gave me a $12 tip. So he just paid $60 and I got 40 out of the 60. So he paid. Tomorrow I'm picking him up tomorrow. I got to take him back down there. I'm doing $50 all day for him. 50 bucks. Wherever we go, 50 bucks. Because there's going to be 4 of them. It's him and his girl, and then his homeboy, and because I met all of them. His homeboy, and it's going to be his girl. So we all going to be like, ripping and running. So wherever we go, $50. And they cool with it, man. Dude's cool as hell, man. Because he was like, oh, man, where's the Beamer? That's the first thing he said. He was like, when I saw it says Jeff, I was like, wait, I was like, wait a minute. That's Jeff with the Beamer. He walked up, he says, Jeff. I was like, what's up, Connor? And I looked at him and I remember his mustache and shit. I was like, what's up, dog? He was like, man, where's the Beamer? And he had his sister with him. So I was like, what's up, Bella? She was drunk as a skunk. I was like, what's up, Bella? He's like, yeah, man, she can hang. I was like, yeah, you got your little sister out here, man. Y'all wilding out. But I'm glad I ran into him, because he was like, hey, wait a minute, is your number still 702? And I said, yeah. He says, dude, I'm calling you tomorrow, man. We got to do all this stuff tomorrow. I was like, all right, bet. So hopefully they give me a call tomorrow and I rip and run with him. But yeah, I just did an $80 round trip from Tempe to downtown, then back to Tempe, $80 round trip in this big ass SUV. And it was just him, and it's like on the way down there, it was just one dude and his girlfriend. And on the way back, it was just Connor and his sister. That was it. So I'm not taking loads of people. $80 round trip without loads of people. Man, I got to do this shit private, though. I got to do it. I can make so much more money doing it private. I could have actually had 100 for that, 50 each way. Charge them other people 50 and charge. Man, I could have made $100 round trip instead of 80 round trip. But I ain't gonna get greedy. I'm gonna be patient with this shit. I'm gonna be slow with it. So for the day, well, let me see, for the week, $210 in 2.5 hours. So 210, roughly about $90 an hour. It's right around about $90 an hour. 2.5 hours for 210. So if you do 210 divided by 2.5, that's what I'm making right now. 210 divided by 2.5. Let's go do it. Let's see. I'm gonna say $90. I'm just guessing. 210 divided by 2.5. 84. Close enough. All right, 84. Whatever. $84, $90, close enough. So that's what I'm running right now. But like I said, I went 60 miles to make 210. So that's almost at, if it was 240, I'd be at, you know, $4 a mile at 240. I'm running over $3 a mile right now. That's only 9 rides to make 210. Usually in 9 rides, I'd have like 80, 90 bucks. So like I said, this might work out, but I got to do more private rides. Like I said, and I got that $25 private ride I did tonight. So I just got to get more private rides under my belt. I can't rely on the apps to keep ripping people off. I got to start. Now I know what people are paying. I know how the apps are charging people. So now that helps me know what to charge people on the Black platform, because I don't drive Black. If this shit was all like basic Lyft or UberX, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, this is great. But these people are paying elevated rates. They're paying higher rates. So if they're willing to pay a higher rate for a better vehicle, I can slide in and say, hey man, knock off like 10, 15 bucks or whatever, and be like, listen, I'll just charge you 50, man. Instead of you paying $60, I'll just charge you 50. Okay, cool. And normally if I was doing basic UberX, I'd do that shit, like I said, $15. I'd probably say, hey man, I'll do it for 2025. So 2025 is like, okay, cool, no problem, because I do it for 15 on the apps. But if I say 2025 private, now I'm saying 50 private. I'm doubling my money now, 50 private. This big ass truck commands that. All these guys with these black SUVs that I be following, when I said I made that $3,700 during Super Bowl, I made the cert $3,700. I'm telling you, these SUVs was making 9 Gs. I know they were making 9 Gs. I seen people $1,000. I had one day was $899. I seen these motherfuckers $1,000 in like 5 hours, $1,000 in 5 hours. They running 200 bucks an hour. These SUVs command that shit. Like I said, something big is gonna happen. I would really, really like to not only have this SUV, but pay this off, buy another SUV, and have somebody in the 300 drive that motherfucker. Be like, listen, this is what we're gonna do. You drive it, I buy it. We're gonna split the profits after we cover all the costs and everything. And we gonna do something, man. I don't know what we gonna do. Listen, I'm just thinking out loud as I'm talking right now. I don't know what we gonna do, but we gonna do something with these black SUVs. We gonna do something with these fucking, you know, these transit trucks. We gonna do something with a Mercedes Sprinter van. We gonna do something with all this shit. We just don't know what it is yet, but we gonna sit down and talk about it. And this right here is why I don't fuck with Uber. Look, only $36 on a day with Uber, but it was $36 because I had the $9.50 plus the $26.56 of that $20 tip, and then don't forget I had the $25 cash conversion. So instead of 36, that's really 61. So 61 on Uber technically because of that flip. So 61 over there, 169 over here. So I'm about at 230 almost. I'm about $230, and I ain't even drove that many miles. $230, and I've not drove that many miles. This is crazy. I don't even know what to say. Really, I don't. Because now I know what all these black drivers, you know, that's why you don't see a lot of those motherfuckers in our comments, because they don't drive on the same tier we drive. We struggling like a motherfucker at the bottom, and these apps are using us as suckers on the bottom, while the people at the top are eating fucking good. But it's time to equalize this shit. Because my car, my BMW, is not a bottom car. A lot of cars we got a lot of hybrids, the Camrys, you know, all these nice ass Kias and shit. These are not bottom cars. These apps are calling us bottom cars. We're not bottom cars. So we need to start doing cash rides. This SUV is gonna teach me the point of elasticity. It's gonna teach me what these people are willing to pay for a ride. That's what this black SUV is gonna teach me. Because I didn't even know these people were paying this much money. They're just paying this shit. Who's paying for it? I don't fucking know. Maybe they put it on their credit card. Who knows? But the black SUV is teaching me what these people are willing to pay. So that means when I get my ass in that Beamer, I know what to charge them. The Beamer's much better on gas. The Beamer's, I think, my speed, because it's you know, low to the ground, is, you know, easy to navigate through traffic. The truck is cool. The truck is teaching me something right now. Because when I start fucking with that Beamer, oh, trust me, I'm gonna be willing to tell people, instead of me doing the $15 back and forth between downtown like I normally get off the apps and shit, like, because usually the apps try to get me for like $9 to go downtown. I'll wait for a little surge, maybe get 15. I now know I can cash ride these motherfuckers for about $20, $25 in that Beamer. I don't have to take 15 no more, because I know they're willing to pay $50, $60 for that trip. To go from downtown to Tempe, they're willing to pay up to $60, which means I can charge 25 and they still get a nice ass car, and they're still going between downtown and Tempe. So this truck is teaching me something. I'm using all this shit I'm learning right now, and I'm gonna apply it. And us on the lower tier, now we know what to charge our cash rides at, because now you know what these people are willing to pay. This truck is pushing payments. It's showing what we're seeing as far as what people got in their pockets. Oh, I'll pay $60 to go home. Oh, I'll pay $50 to get downtown. Well, if you're willing to pay that, you want to pay $25? Sure, fuck it, I'll pay $25. And normally we're getting $9 for those rides. We're getting $9, but if we say $25 cash ride in a basic car, motherfucker say, yeah. This is what this is teaching me right now. Wiping a truck down, got it all nice and shiny again, because these black cars be getting dusty. I can see I'm gonna have some work on this one, but yeah, I'm gonna sit here and scout some rides for a minute. Like I said, it's what, 2:40 in the morning, and Lyft still has something going on. Hold up for a second, let's see something. I'm closing all those. What's Lyft got? All right, I got a $4 bonus sitting on Lyft. But, you know, there's probably some people, there's only 1 to 5 drivers up there. There's a few down in Tempe. I can head south to Tempe and pick up a couple of rides, or just kind of hang here for a second. See, because I'm right in the middle of both of them. So let's see who's going to get me. I mean, Scottsdale look like it's booming. They got 750 going up there. I'm farther away from there than Tempe. Tempe's kind of shutting down. These are all the drunk, broke people right now. So they ain't trying to pay for a ride to get up out of there. Scottsdale, they might be more apt to pay a little bit more. So I might head up north real quick. But like I said, it's been a crazy day. It's been crazy. I don't believe like I said, this is my first night out, and I just wanted to see what I can do with it. And I did, what, 3 rides on Uber, 3 on Uber, 5 on Lyft. So that's 8 rides. Out of 8 rides, I made about $230 out of 8 rides. $230 out of 8 rides. Usually when I do 8 rides, I'm telling you, I average anywhere between $7 and $10 when I'm on basic. Between 7, and that's because I do short rides with Surge. So I'd be sitting on like $80 after 8 rides tonight. $80. And if somebody tipped me, maybe $85, $90. But to be at $230 instead of $80 or $90, that's crazy. And what is Uber trying to send? Look at this, $11, not even $2 a mile. Go to Mill, pick somebody up and take them to North. No, not for that. Because right now it was surging down there. So this person, because it's like, you know, 4.5 miles, they probably paid about $5. So they paid probably about $22, $23 for this ride. So they paid $22, $23 for this, and I'm getting $11.94 out of that. So yeah, it's something I wouldn't do. If I did that ride, I'd have to tell them $25. Because I know they probably only paid $22, $23. I'll say $25. And people say, well, that's more than what the apps are charging. Well, not if you consider a tip. If you consider a $3 to $5 tip, then that's about $28, $29. I'm only charging $25. But if you say, well, I wasn't going to tip you anyways, then fuck you. I'm not picking you up anyways. Because I always think, okay, add an extra $3 to $5 on there onto whatever fare Uber or Lyft is charging. Add an extra $3 to $5. And that's really what they're paying. So if you say somebody's paying $33 and I tell you, well, I'm only charging you $35. Because, well, the app is charging me $33. I'm like, well, I'm charging you $35. Well, that's $2 more. So you wasn't even going to tip me at least $2 minimum? Well, I was going to tip you $5. Then that means you're paying $38. And I'm only charging you $35. I'm saving you $3 if you planned on tipping me $5. I'm saving you $3. But a lot of these motherfuckers, they, oh, well, 33 is... I don't ever charge less than what the app is charging. I charge a little more than what the app is charging because I'm thinking, if you're going to tip me anyways, I'm saving you money. Because if you say, well, Jeff, I'm going to tip you $10. Like tonight, a dude tipped me 20. Motherfucker tipped me 12. Somebody tipped me 10. So I'm thinking, okay, if you tip me at least $10, if the ride is $33 and you tip me 10, you're spending $43. You're spending $43 out of your pocket. I'm telling you $35. So I'm saving you $8 just by saying, let's do this as a $35 cash ride instead of you doing it on the app, then tipping me $10 after that. Let's just do a $35 cash ride. And that's the way I look at it. So when I hear people saying, I'm going to save you money, I'm going to save you money, I'm going to charge you less than what the app is charging you. No, charge a little more than what the app is charging. Like this right here. That 10 miles, they're charging probably about $30 for this because that's a 10.7. So let's say 11 miles. It's about $33 for that, and I'm getting 16. Same with all these. That $12, probably paying 25, 26. These rides are garbage. Look at that. I just did a 10-mile trip for $40 on Lyft. 10 miles for $40. I did 2 of them, 10 miles each, $40. and they're doing for 16. That's a $24 difference. I'm losing $24 by taking that $16 trip. So that's how you got to look at it with the black cars. It's way different, way different. You can't be like, oh yeah, well I'm making $1.15 a mile. No, you got to be looking at $3, $4, $5 a mile is what you need to be looking at. Sometimes $20 a mile. Like tonight, I was banging out $20 a mile. But like I said, it's black car service. It depends on the area, depends on the time. Look at this, $18 to go all the way up there. That's a normal ride for me. $18 to go all the way up there, 12 miles. Nah, I'm cool on that shit. And I know normal, like, dude, take that. Not an XL. I'm not doing. This is more like, you know, a luxury black vehicle. So if I can't get a luxury black rate, I'm not going to allow them to pay down. I could go there and convert that. I could drive up there and say, hey, man, they're trying to give me $18 for this shit, this and that. Kind of like how I did the dude when I said, man, they give me $6 for this shit. He's like, man, I'm going to tip you 20. Because I was finna cancel that motherfucker. I said, dude, I can't even do this ride, man. They trying to give me $6 for this, man. I ain't even asked them how much they paid. I just said, they give me $6. He was like, you know, I'm gonna spot you 20. I was like, all right, cool, man. He says, no, I'm serious, man. I'm gonna give you $20. Thanks for coming to pick us up, man. Because this is a nice truck. And if they pay you $6, man, this is a real nice truck. Cool. Motherfucker, boom, spot me $20. As soon as I dropped them off, he was like, man, I'm hitting you with 20 right now. I was like, all right, cool, brother. I didn't leave the parking lot anyways. He hit me with that shit too. Came out to be $26 for like a mile. But like I said, if I'm gonna do this shit at the black level, then I need to be, you know, really on my business shit. I really gotta be on my business shit. I can't be sitting around going, well, I gotta stay busy. I need to at least, no, fuck that. Keep your app open. I just did a round trip. Tempe, Phoenix, and back to Tempe, $80. You know why? Because I ain't taking no bullshit. When you start taking these, no, I gotta stay busy. You let Uber fuck with you, let Lyft fuck with you. No, keep your shit open. Keep your shit open. Because as you can see, Uber ain't sending me shit right now. I'm not even sitting in Surge probably. I'm sitting right next to some. But what's Lyft doing? See if Lyft is gonna bounce up or down. Still on $4. It was 1 to 5, 9 to 6 to 10. So everybody's rushing up to Scottsdale right now to see if they can get rides. Everybody's rushing up there. So it was like, yeah, I'm not going up there. See what Uber's talking about. $10, 5 miles. Let's go up there. Because what I'm gonna do, these dudes are probably right across the street. Yep, they're right across the street at Dream Palace. So I'm gonna go pick them up. Tell them, man, they ain't giving me number $10 on this motherfucker. Let's do this shit for 20. Watch this. I'm gonna do this shit for 20. Watch this. Like I said, with that Uber ride, they were trying to give me $10 for that ride. Let me open up Uber again. I closed them down because, as y'all can see, the amount is the same. That same $36 is up there. Now let me see if they show the trip. Nope, they don't show it. So what happened was that you would have saw that $10 trip on there if I would have took that trip. So I accepted the trip, cruised down there, hollered at the guys and told them exactly what was going on. And they was like, oh shit, man, well, Uber only charged us like $22. I said, well, they only giving me $10. He said, well, so what should we do? I said, I'll tell you what we can do is y'all can just give me $20. So he was like, okay, cool. When we pulled up, they ended up giving me 25. So instead of the $10, he said, all right, he says, who's going to pay? The dude in the front was like, I'll pay. And it was 6 dudes. He was like, I'll pay. $25 right there. Bam. I ain't doing no fucking $10 rides on no goddamn big ass trucks like this. The fact that they tried to get me for $10. And I was like, nah, man. And then I gave him the card. And the dude was, wait a minute, where's the other money? The dude was like, oh, man. He said, we're going to still be traveling this all weekend, man. So I was like, cool. So he's going to end up traveling this weekend. And they said, well, give us your card and we'll end up hitting you up. I was like, all right, bet. Hit me up, man. Wait a minute. Here we go. Yeah, so I didn't do that $10 trip. Fuck that. Cancel that motherfucker real quick. Got my $25. That's how you convert cash rides right there. I hollered at him. And he was saying, well, we only paid 22. I was like, well, I'm only charging like 25. He was like, $20? I was like, $20 is cool, man. Cool, $20 cool. I said, cash out Venmo. Oh, we'll just give you cash. Started cruising and shit. Got there, we was just chatting, laughing. He was like, man, here you go, just 25. 25 is cool. That's how you do it, man. Just if they throw a price back at you, they trying to counter negotiate, let them counter. As long as the counter seems good, because I was getting $10 anyways. So even at the 20, I doubled my money. So when they was like, at the end, he was like, you know what? Just give him 25, man. Hey, I appreciate people like that. That's how we do business out here. I ain't doing no $10 rides. No, not in this big ass truck. I'm sitting in the back of the truck, relaxing right now. Just got through eating real quick. You know, I woke up this morning and Jamil shot me a text. We had to go do the meetup. So we went to the meetup, but before that, as soon as I got up, he was like, hey man, before you get your day started, we got a business opportunity out there right now. I got a party of like 7, and they need to get up to this event when I was 8. They need to get up to this event up in Scottsdale from Mesa, and we got to get all the way back down, you know, then they got to come all the way back down when they're done back to Mesa. Can you do it? I say, well, how much do they charge? And he says, well, I'm going to look on Uber real quick. So we on the phone, look on Uber, about 180 bucks. He says, cool, so let's do this. Let's charge him 180, you know, to get them up there each. 180 for each truck. 180 each truck to get them up there. So it's about 360 to get them up there, 360 to get back. So about $720 on a day. I was like, cool, no problem. Let's do it. So the guy, we get there to pick him up and everything. The guy goes up to Jamil. He was like, how much? Jamil's like, you know, like 170, 180. He was like, just put in 200. So Jamil was like, okay, cool, put in 200. The reception wasn't working. So the reception, because we were so high up on the mountain, the reception didn't even work. These guys were rich, way up on the mountain. Didn't work. So we said, well, let's just take them where we got to take them to. And once we get there, we'll do the transaction there. So we get there. Jamil's already done figured it out because he was in the truck with Jamil. Already got his 2. Walks up to me. He was like, how much? I was like, you know, just like when he says, I put 2 in. Dude threw 200 in. He says, don't forget, I'm going to text you around about 3:30. Like right now it's about 3. I'm going to text you around about 3:30 because we're going to need rides back. You know, and Jamil's like, you know, I already got an appointment. So Jeff, you're going to have to do this by yourself on the way back. So hopefully, you know, I can find another driver if they need more. They might leave at 2 different times. He said, if we leave at 2 different times, we'll only need 1 driver. But if we need, at the same time, we'll need 2. So he's going to text me back at 3:30, let me know if they need 1 truck or 2. If they need 1 truck, that means I'm going to get 200 for taking 1 group, then another 200 for taking another group, which means I made 2 already. I'm going to make 2 there, and I'm going to make 2 back. That's $600 I'm going to make off the same group driving 30 miles. They're only going 30 miles. So I already went to them. It took us 15 miles to get to them. So that was 15, 30 up, 45 miles, paid me $200. I'm right around the corner from them right now. I had to eat, chill, relax for a second. So I'm probably about 5 miles from them now. So I drive 5 miles, 30 miles. So that's 35. So 45 and 35 is 80 miles. After 80 miles, I'll be at 400. Then I'll drive 30 miles to pick them back up. So now I'm at 110 because I have to drive 30 miles. 110, take them back 30. Now I'm at 140. 140 miles, $600. 140 miles, $600, and then I'm done for the day. I already made 250, 240 last night. So if I did the 240 last night, the 600 today, within the first 24 hours of me working in this truck, I already made almost $1,000. I started driving last night about 7. I was done by like about probably 4. I only did like maybe 4 hours of driving last night. So 4 hours driving last night, about 3 hours driving a day. 7 or 8 hours of driving total. 7, 8 hours driving total within the last 24 hours. And I'm almost at $1,000 in 7 or 8 hours. Shit's crazy in these black cars, man. All right. It's my man Jamil right there. Look at him. We finna go out there and get that money. And you know what we got? We got the big rigs, you know what I'm saying? They got 2 Yukon Denali sitting over there. This is us over here, you know, we doing what we do. We got the big Lincolns. Oh yeah. So we came rolling up here. We got to go pick these people up right here. Like I said, this $700 round trip. And here they all come right here. And this is us. I mean, we way up on the mountain. Way up on the mountain. $700 round trip. But this is nice out here. Real nice. Let's do it. Let's do it. We out here to make this money. Let's go. And just like that, we were done. $200 a piece. We pulled over up in Scottsdale. We hung out for a minute just to chat and everything else like that. Jamil showed me something cool about my truck. I can kick my foot like in the back of the Beamer. You kick your foot and the trunk opens automatically. I didn't know that about this truck. Thanks, Jamil. He was showing me crazy shit. All right, that's it. Shutting shop down. Shutting shop down. We got, hey, my man Jamil, a.k.a. Jim, with the hookup on the job this morning. Woo, man. And look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, man. I like them brown seats, man. That's that peanut butter leather. Peanut butter and jelly. You need a shirt that says, this peanut butter makes you jelly. You jealous of my peanut butter. Damn. This motherfucker's nice. Look at that shit. The aviator right here doing some work. This aviator doing work this morning. And I'm gonna tell you, he keeps nothing but private clients on deck. Nothing but private clients on deck. Hooked me up this morning with a serious private client. Like I said, with that big truck, got it coming up later on. Man, this is gonna be all right. We having a good Saturday so far, brother. This is how we do it, man. So what do you want to say to drivers out there trying to get their private shit going? How should they value themselves and everything?
You should be always questioning yourself whether you are a pigeon or a guy that eats good food. And you're a guy that eats good food. You're a professional.
Hell yeah. Hell
As
yeah.
a professional, that's what you stay.
And don't sell yourself short. You kept telling me that all morning. Do not sell yourself short.
I tell that to Big Kev. I'll tell you, everybody, don't do that to yourselves.
Yep, you're worth the money. You worth the money. Hell yeah. So we're actually gonna use the max. We only need one car, so only gotta take one trip. Minus $200. I just saved them $200, but still, it's one trip for me and not two. Because I was gonna have to go all the way down there, come back, go all the way down. I was gonna add an extra 30 miles to my day. So minus 200, I'm cool. I'll make it up somehow. All right, this is the view from Jamil's client's house. He's up on the mountain. He oversees the whole city. This is the view from Jamil's client's house. This house is crazy. So they were explaining to me what they're building, because I was like, and that's like their pool and everything right there. They got a cabana overlooking the pool and everything. So he was explaining to me, I'm like, well, what are you guys building over here? He was like, well, on the first level, we're building a 75-yard football field in front of their house right there. So all this construction going on, and that's his buddy's house they're building next door to it. But this is all going to be a 75-foot, football field. That's the turf land right there. And so this is going to be the football field up here. But right below the football field, they're building a golf course. It's like a miniature golf course. That's what they got it like, the holes and everything like that. They're going to have a miniature golf course right here. So he's going to say they're going to be able to putt from up on the football field down to here, try to get holes in ones and stuff like that. Crazy. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is Jamil's client's house up here. I had to bring them home and everything. So these guys are, man, trust me, they're pretty well off. I'd like to thank you, Jamil, for hooking me up with this ride. Man, these guys are $400 day, and I ain't even doing nothing right now. $400 day. These guys are awesome, man. These guys are awesome. I love it. Look at all these houses up here. I mean, these houses are like way up on the mountain. There's nothing up here. Like I said, the city is way down there. All these houses up here, multi-million-dollar houses. Crazy.